It's snowing like the bejesus out here. Let's get inside the shop. Oh. Whew. It's a lot of snow.
Hi, I'm Joe, and welcome to Motor City Boat Werks. Let's get to work. A couple of weeks ago, I did an episode about where am I going to put the electrical panel for my Albin 27 pocket trawler. This is a follow-up. I wanted to show you my solution and what I came up with. In the previous episode, I talked about the location where the Albin 27 electrical panel originally was positioned from the factory and how I wanted to use that area for the new electrical panel, but there didn't seem to be a lot of space behind the wall panel once everything was back put together. And this meant that the bulkhead behind the wall panel was going to have to be removed or somehow opened up and then actually enclosed later on to prevent any type of moisture or anything coming from the engine compartment vents. So we're inside the boat, and this is one of the first things I did when I got the boat inside the shop was I put down some flooring so that everything would be kind of protected and I wouldn't tear up the deck while I was bringing equipment in and out and just kind of wear on the non-skid. This has turned out really great because it's easy to clean and it's basically protecting the deck while I do some work. But now we're going to lift this up and I'll show you the engine compartment. Pull this back. This is the, if you're standing here at the helm, right? This is the engine compartment. It's in the forward part of the cockpit here. Here, we'll open this up here. And here we are. Okay. I am in the engine compartment. And so we learned a couple of things here. Let me show you. All right, so this is inside the engine compartment. You can see the through holes there, the transducer for the depth sounder. This is a steering cable going to the aft. Get some through hole fittings over there. But what this tells us is this bulkhead that I thought this bulkhead here that I thought was the amidships bulkhead. It is a amidships bulkhead, but it is not structural, I would say. It is screwed in.
Are you enjoying the show? Well, do me a favor. Would you hit the like button and also subscribe? Spread the word about Motor City Boat Werks. No BS, just boats and restoration.
And it goes all the way across. Okay, so that's kind of a good thing. This confirms my theory that the boat was made basically like two cups. You can see the pan liner is brought down and it looks like it's fiberglassed in down here at the bilge area here. These are the stringers to the engine. You can see my feet. This is stringers to the engine. I'm sitting where the engine would have been, and it looks like the pan liner is glassed in right like around here. Okay, so that means that let's get up inside here and see what we see. I can see myself getting stuck inside here. This will be a good laugh here. There's a fat guy crawling inside his bilge of his boat. Let's get down here. Oh, all right. Let's see what we've got here. That's the bulkhead there. Get a little light. And, okay. So, you can see the bulkhead. It's pretty dirty. This needs to be wiped down. This is probably from the pressure washing that I did when we took it out of storage. Let's see. But that's where we're going, up inside there. Let me see if I can get closer. See what's going on there. Right. So this is the piece that I was talking about. This is the piece right here. So if you cut that out, you would probably gain all this space all the way to here. All the way to here. I can't tell if that's... It's basically just glued in here. Glued and screwed. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that would indicate to me that we might be able to cut that, and can probably build a box that would go there to hold the electrical stuff. Now, the only question is, can I fit everything into that size electrical panel? We'll see. After crawling around inside the engine compartment and checking out the bulkhead, it's time to just go ahead and cut out this piece, and we'll see where it takes us. Cutting the bulkhead is going to be a job for the chopper. It's basically an oscillating cutting tool. Whoa! That is some business! There's a lot of fiberglass in the air, so I'm gonna put this back on. Woo!
I know, sometimes even I'm amazed at my enthusiasm to chop up my own boat. But I have to say, on this particular project, working on the electrical panel location, I was inspired by another YouTube channel. It's called Sail Life, and it's run by a fellow named Mads. He restored not one, but 2 different sailboats over a number of months. I was really kind of intrigued by his level of technical knowledge and his willing to undertake really complicated projects. Sail Life inspired me to kind of look into where I was going to put my electrical panel. And just as one YouTube channel inspires another YouTube channel, I have to say my inspiration came from Mads.
This is like the 3rd day working on the electrical panel location. And what I have done is create a box where the electrical panel can go. Check it out. So what I did was I cut out that bulkhead piece that was there. It wasn't attached to anything. Got it out of the way, and I created a box from the back, which is right here. It's just held in place by one screw right now. But it should give me enough depth to put a DC electrical panel, and it'll be relatively sealed here. And wires can come up out of it. I'll be able to put a gasket or something there. And now this whole area is secure. So up here, when I put in the AC stuff right here, everything should be okay. Goes in like so. now we got 6 inches depth. Awesome. 6 inches. And up here, we still have 2.5, but if you brought this like so, you'd have even more. I mean, you'd have whatever you need. That's how you do it. These pieces make up the box that the electrical panel is going to be resting against. And in order to epoxy these pieces together and create the box for the bulkhead, I've got to sand everything 150 to 220 grit just to put a little bit of teeth on it so the epoxy has something to adhere to. So I got to do all the pieces ahead of time. So we're going to do that real quick. This is the PVC foam board box that I created to go on the back of the electrical panel. It'll seal off the bulkhead from the engine compartment. It's nice and lightweight. The box is approximately 8 by 9 by 3 inches deep. If you're not familiar with this material, be sure to check out my composite boat building materials playlist. I talk about different sorts of composite materials and where you can get them and their characteristics and why I like using them for certain projects. And I also show several projects that I built using some of these materials. So make sure you check it out. I have the old original 12 volt and 120 volt electrical panels that came from the factory with the Albin 27, and I'm debating whether I can reuse them or refurbish them, but I really think there's probably better things on the market today. I haven't sourced the electrical components that I'm going to be using for the electrical system in the boat, but I have an idea of what's out there, and I think ultimately I'm going to end up going with something like a Blue Seas components. I've used this brand before and on several other restoration projects, and for the value for the money, I just think it's probably a good choice. The nice thing is that many of their panels are standard, and I should be able to pick something that will fit in the space here.
In future episodes, I'll be talking about the parts that I'm going to source for my electrical system for my boat. I'll be talking about an electrical budget and how you design an overall electrical system when you're doing this type of restoration. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you hit the subscribe button for the channel, and you also go ahead and tick the notification button. And I'll tell you why this is important. Not only will it ensure that you get all of the episodes in order as they're released about restoring the boat, but you'll also find out about my secret live streams from the Boat Werks. It's kind of a behind the scenes look at how I'm putting the boat together. It's a chance for you to interact with me. You can chat and ask me questions, and I kind of walk through the thought process and problem solving that goes on in trying to rebuild my Albin 27 pocket trawler. Check out one of the live streams that I have queued up right here, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Stay motivated.